Hey everybody, it's Miriam here at Paper Wheel Studio. I am working on getting some things organized around my desk today, and I happened to get out my altered paperclip box. Haven't made any for quite some time, so I thought I'd just get it out, see what I got in here, and see what we could come up with. Plus, I have a really quick and easy idea for altered paperclips that I wanted to try. So let me sort my bits and pieces that I had in my altered paperclip box. Apparently I didn't know I'd already cut some strips that could be used. And I have some random pieces of cardstock here as well. So let me just sort out. I've already got some bases ready to go. So I'm just sorting here. That's one that can be used. All the ones I have here, I'm going to take a minute and do a little sort. So you can see how I do these. Plus, I want to experiment and try doing some with my larger label sizes. So we'll see how they'll turn out. These are just strips of paper that I thought could be used in making these, so they're just there. And I think I have a few small tags in here. I think it looks neat to have your altered paperclip tags, so that's why they're here. And then I have some smaller paper clips. We're just going to throw those in a little pile here. And some smaller strips. Put all the strips up here, Miriam. The longer ones I'm putting up there. The smaller ones I'm going to lay to the side if it's folded over. If not, it's just going to go in a little pile here. Because I've just got random, I got a bunch of these pieces. So those will be great to put with what I have in my hand. Here's some just strippy-like pieces that can be used as well. So these are all going here. They are all smaller, more tiny little strips. I'll put the tiny little strips up here. This one can go with these. Tiny strips there. Bigger strips in this pile. Cardstocks up and out of the way. Cardstock pieces, that is. I'm gonna get, this is somehow, I don't even know how that got in there, but it was a card that I cut to use for evening out my tags. So I want to put that where I can get to it because that's nice to use. I don't think these pieces are not quite wide enough, so I'm gonna lay those to the side. I don't want to use these either today anyway. These are just some randomy cardstock pieces that I had. I must have thought would be great for paper clips, so I threw them in here. Do you all do that? You do something and then 6 months later you go and you find it and it's like, what did I do? Here are just some ladies that I've glued to cardstock. Must have thought they'd be some good base things to use here. Here's another. All these pieces here, these little tiny pieces I'm laying to the side. There is a half an oval, I guess. Little tiny tags. You're a tiny tag. You're going in that pile. You go in with these. I'm going to move my stickers over so I can make a little pile here for my ones that are ready to go with paper clips on them. A couple little paper clips. I don't know what these other little pieces are doing in here, but they are. So we're just going to lay all these pieces that I've just simply backed on cardstock. I don't know if they're stickers. They could have been stickers that I stuck on the cardstock. And these are, I think, these are blanks. There's a little Tim Holtz photo. That would be kind of cool to have as a paper clip. Okay, and there's some smaller paper clip pieces. All right. Oh, happy birthday sentiment. I don't think that belongs in here either, but it's where it is. All right, so what I'm going to do my altered paper clips to start out with, I have just cut these pieces. You can cut them at any length that you want. These, I believe, were already pieces of cardstock that I had. Or it's kind of between a cardstock and a heavy paper, really. So I'm going to hook my paper clip on these. Then I'm going to come along with one of my glues that I think we're just going to use the glue gun today. Let me reach for it here. Glue guns are great for this kind of thing because you don't have to wait for the glue to dry. It dries very, very quickly. So you wouldn't want, if you were going to use a wet glue, it might be a little harder. So I got an extra glue stick here somewhere too, I believe. Sorry about that. I am just so disorganized today, y'all. I just cannot seem to pull it together. So forgive me in advance. Not sure what my issue is today. I've even lost the glue stick that I had laying here on my desk a few minutes ago. Oh, there you go. Hiding. Ah ha ha. And I have random pieces of ephemera laying around. Plus, we already have some here that we can put on the tops of these. If you don't mind your paper clip showing in the back, you can simply just glue something over the top of this. Or you could come along with one of these other pieces that I have over here. Doesn't have to match the bottom. But let's see, we want the biggest part. Let's see, make sure, if you want to cover your paper clip, make sure when you cut these that it's going to cover your whole paper clip. Some people make them bigger. I don't usually care to make mine bigger. So I'm going to glue this piece right over top my paper clip. And then the paper clip will be inside these two pieces of paper. And you can just simply slip it on your page or your cardstock like this. And it would just stay on there because your paper clip's hidden between your two pieces of paper. So we'll get a couple of these put together here and do a slight bit of decorating maybe. But also, after we do one, I want to try. Now I'm just going to turn this on. It heats up in about 6 seconds. I love this glue pen because it is so easy to use. If you don't do well with triggers, then this is great because all you gotta do is push the button. Give it a minute or two here, get warmed up. I think I'm out of battery. Yes, I am. So much for using the glue stick, Miriam. I got some clear glue over here that I could use. It'll take a little longer to dry, but that's okay. If I clean my desk, I'd probably have a lot more room, wouldn't I? Okay. So let's hopefully this is flowing freely. Ah, it is. So I'm going to put glue down in the center here where my paper clip is and all around it. Because we really want that other paper to stick down here. I'm going to glue one side, put it down, and then I'm going to do the other side. So I can just simply turn it over when I go to do it. Okay. Just going to put this one in here and push down on that. Looks like one of those corners missed getting around it, but that's okay because the side we put something down on is going to be covered anyway. All right. I want to make that as even on there as possible. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to put a lot of glue on. Now, it won't come all the way down because of your little paper clip piece there, which is fine. It doesn't matter. And there are probably many different ways to do altered paper clips. This is just an easy way that I like to do them. I think I thought of an even easier way where you almost have to use no glue putting them together. So I'm going to give it a shot here momentarily and see what we get. I'm just going to put this piece down and I'm going to lay it over here to the side to dry. After I hold it a minute, make sure my glue grips well. Okay. And I really like this photograph laying here, so I think what I'm going to do, once this is dry, I'm going to ink it, and then I'm going to put that photograph right on there, and that's going to be my altered paper clip. I hope I'm not leaning into my camera here, so apologize if you're seeing the top of my messy head. I did brush it today, but it still looks messy. Alright, so let's just go ahead and put that on there, and we'll lay it to the side to dry. Oops, almost missed my piece there, didn't I? I just like to put a drop and then I use my tip to spread it a little to make sure I'm getting it. Glue's doing so much better today for me. I'm just going to use this and just kind of spread my glue around a bit. I think I need a little bit more on this one side for sure. Right here, and right here, and right here. We have had the most unusual weather today, y'all. It just, at one point, it was pouring the rain down, no sun shining, and within 10 minutes, it quit raining and the sun came out. I mean, it was pouring down really good, so it just kind of, the weather, bad weather must have just went kind of over top of us. I don't know if we're going to get more tonight or not. So I'm just going to go ahead and press down my edges on this. Still wet. So let's see. I didn't ink my edges, did I? Oh well. We'll ink the whole thing when I'm done. I really want that photo to stay on there, so I'm pressing down around it. There we go. Just to make sure my edges are all down here. And just because I'm using that glue, I guess. Okay, I'm going to lay it to the side. And I want to use one of my larger paper clips here to try this. And I'm not sure, I brought 2 sets of stickers. I'm not sure if these will be long enough to do what I want to do. Let's see, I don't know that they will. Whoops, dropped my paper clip in my lap. Grab it here before it hits the floor. You know how it goes here, everything hits the floor, huh? Alright, here we go. I don't believe, nope, it's not going to be long enough for what I want to do. Alright. Grab one of these and I'm going to tear it backing and all right off my roll. I got these from Amazon. They are, where is a ruler? I think I saw one under the corner of my mat earlier, so maybe it's still there. Aha! Look at that. These stickers that I got from Amazon are, they are 4 inches, I think by 2 by 4. 2 by 4. There we go. Yep, they are. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel this back far enough because I want to put my paper clip on the end here. Okay, and I'm going to just push it all the way down like that. And then I'm going to take the sticker off the rest of this and I'm going to fold it up. Okay, so now we have that. Then I'm going to take, that's not going to work exactly, is it? Let's use, sticker's not long enough, so we're going to use another piece of sticker to extend it. All right, so now I'm going to put this on here, this one on the other way, because I want, you know, between the two stickers, I want to be able to get in there with my paper clip to add it to my page. So I'm going to slide this one on here. Okay, and I'm going to fold this up. And this time I'm just going to fold it in half. So the back, because it's got a bigger paper clip on there, is going to stick out just slightly more than the front. And, you know, I'm okay with that. But look, no glue. And then I'm going to take the top and fold it this way. A little package deal here. And where you folded it there, that will be the back of it. But now, let me get a piece of this cardstock. Now you have that. It worked. Now you have that. You didn't even have to use any glue. You don't have to worry about your glue coming undone on your paper clip. And now you can just simply put something pretty on this front piece. Let's see, I've got one of these. Doesn't matter if it overhangs a little. I have one of these. I also have a couple of my ladies here. Maybe there's one of those that I could slightly trim down. She looks like she could use a little trim on each side, so let's do her. Left my cap off my glue. That's not going to be a good thing. Okay, so we could also come along here and add a tag. I'm not wild about that. We also have this one, which is a little bit wider, and not so much. Let's see if we put this on here. This has the white on this side that we can ink, but so I think I'm going to take just a weensy little bit, just a fraction off of this side with my scissors. Then we'll get our dauber and ink her up, and I'm going to glue it down here. And we have our first altar paper clip. And it worked. I'm so happy. It was just so much easier for me than to have to squeeze my glue out to make my altar paper clips. Now I also want to take this and I'm going to just barely snip the edges off. I think that gives it a nice almost rounded corner look without your corner rounder. Just barely snipping that corner off there so much it's almost too, you can't almost see it. Can't hardly see it anyway. All right, so now I'm just going to ink around it with my dauber. See if I have leftover ink on here, which I believe that I do. Yep. So we'll ink around her. You just need a little, just pick up your dauber and see what ink you have on there and go for it. Okay, now you do have to use glue for these, unless you have some other double-sided sticker tape of some kind that you could possibly use here. Okay. I'll spread that a bit. Could have used my glue tip, but I could have my fingers in it. You know me, I get my fingers in everything. Then I'm just going to put her down on here. And here's another altar paper clip. Let's try another sticker one, see how it turns out. Where did we put the other one that we just finished making? I set it somewhere to dry and it got buried. Really? It's unbelievable. I know it was, oop, that one doesn't want to stay. That piece of cardboard's not staying down very easily. I'll turn it upside down because that sometimes helps it stay on there. All right, these are all, aha, there she is. She, I don't know why I call her she, probably because it's girls and mama. Reminds me of pictures I seen. My mom was the oldest in her family, and there were always pictures of, you know, the 3 girls and my grandmother. Yeah, my grandfather was around, but he was often working as an electrician, or maybe he was taking the pictures. Back in those days, I don't know if they had any automatic cameras that you could use or not. I don't know. But, all right, so we got 2 made. There we go. And I'm going to lay those up here to the side, and we'll try for 1 more of the sticker ones. Take this paper clip off of this base here that I have. And you can really decorate these in any way that your little heart desires. So take me 2 stickers off my roll. And you could use any, probably any size stickers would work. If you want it to be exactly the same, I could have managed that one to be the same. If you want to do that, then put your sticker on your larger side first. Then you know how long it's going to be when you go to do your other side. Okay. Just trying to straighten it up a bit. We'll push it on there all the way. It wants to grab a hold of your paper clip, but if you give it a good push, it'll be okay. Trying to center it as best as possible here. And then I'm going to just simply fold this sticker up in half. Okay. Doesn't matter if you still see the top of your paper clip. At least it doesn't matter to me. But it's going to be covered up when we go to do this one anyway. So we got that. And let's take another one off my roll. And we'll slip it in under this one. We're going to make it the same length as the back side when we go to fold it. So we're just going to fold it up in half again. Okay. You want to try to match up your corners as best you can. That one's matched up, just not with the back very well. Well, you know what we're going to do? We'll fix that. Because now we can come along here and trim our sides if they're going to be showing. You can just trim your what sticks out here. I'll even these 2 sides up. So now they are perfectly even on both sides. And now all we need is something to decorate our little paper clip. So let's see what else I have in my little stash here that was in my box that might look good. Oh, this one's pretty cool. However, I'm going to bend it this way a little bit because it's kind of warped slightly. And now we have this piece. This is our altered paper clip here. So we're going to put this down, and then I'm going to again trim my sides to be even with my piece that I'm using. Again, you don't have to do that, but I like to because it gives it more of a finished look to me. So I've showed you 2 ways you can do your altered paper clips. Different people have different ways of doing them. I'm using Vintage Photo Distress ink today. Yours might look a little different color because you might be using the Distress Oxide. Alright, so we're going to look for the little paper clip that I buried. Aha, here we go. And now we're going to just put glue on the back of this and put it down. Now I'm going to put this on to, I'm going to put it on the small side because I think it will adhere better, not having so much paper clip to deal with. Give it a few minutes to grab hold here, and then I'm going to trim off my edges. And I'm just going to use my scissors. And then I'll show you how this one would clip on. Okay, just cutting the brown off my edges so that that comes clear to the edge here. Yeah, I'm too impatient to let it dry all the way. I'm just excited that this works. I just think it's so cool. Alright. So make sure that's pressed down again. And then you, again, have an altered paper clip. Pretend this is your journal page. It slips in right like, don't glue your piece upside down. That's very important or your paper clip won't work. Good thing I use wet glue. Alright, so now you have your paper clip. You come along and it clips right on your page like that. So there you have it. Well, folks, I don't want my videos to get long, and I don't want you to have to sit here and watch me make all of these things that I'm going to do. So I'm going to make some more, and I will take a picture of all the ones I finish and post it at the end of my video. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing how I make my altered paper clips, and perhaps you'll try some, what shall I call these? Stickered altered paper clips? Altered paper clips? I don't know. Altered paper clips with, well, it's not really no glue because you glue your embellishments, huh? So I'm not sure what I'd call these. That one just doesn't seem to want to stay down there because it's warped a little bit too. Must be from where I do that, or I just didn't get enough glue on it. So let's put some more glue under here. All right. Okay. You want to be careful you don't glue your altered paper clip closed either. So that needs, actually, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to clip this on here with a paper clip, and it'll hold it down where it's a little warped, and then it will dry better, and it will be good. So we'll put that down there. Oh, messed up. Let's put it like this. Okay, we're going to do the same on this. No, it's actually stuck. So I think that will be good. This one's staying. And where is our third one? It's brown. Here it is. See if it needs a, yeah, it needs a paper clip or two on the outside just till it dries. So let's put one on here. Put this one on here. And I need another one maybe one of these small ones over here will do it for me. Where are the little paper clips? That one's glued down. That just needs something on it. Let's see if I have any that have not been glued down. I thought for sure I did up here. That one's been glued. This one's been glued. Here we go. Here's one that has not been glued. So we'll just put that up here to hold it in place until it dries. There we go. I think that's going to hold the other sides too. Alrighty, you could come back and add things to these if you wanted to. Doesn't matter. I have a little teeny tiny label here. Let's see what it would look like on my photo one. Oh yeah, and we'll put that right there. Now, if you have labels that you've printed on sticker paper, you could even use those to create your altar paper clips with if you don't have any labels that are just sticker labels. You could make your own on sticker paper. Yeah, I like that with that 2/6 on there. Not sure what it would mean, but I think it looks pretty cool on there, and it just happened to be floating around my desk randomly. All right, so we ended up with 3 altar paper clips. This one is needing to be dried, so I've got 3. I showed you the way that most people do them with this one, and then I came along, though it's not wanting to stay stuck down here, I came along and showed you how I like to make it with stickers. We'll put another piece on here. So I hope that you liked my altered paper clip idea. There we go. I even have some small tickets and slides that are already decorated that might be really cool to make one with. I could just simply glue them down where I glued this lady, or where I glued the car, or where I glued down this piece. Just stick them down on there and turn them into altered paper clip clusters if you wanted. So I'm going to do a few more. I'll throw in 1 or 2 of those pieces that I already have made so you can see what they look like. And I will see you all in my next video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you've not done so. And bye for now, everybody.